A long day in Long Pond, Pennsylvania just got a little bit longer after the 6 overtime finish of the 2010 season. Denny Hamlin finds himself back in victory lane at Pocono for the 4th time in his career. In just 9 starts, he is back again after a dominating performance where Denny led most of the laps today, and now he claims victory once again. Welcome everyone to NASCAR Victory Lane, fueled by Sunoco. We now have 14 races down. We are more than halfway to the chase, and Denny Hamlin has struck a serious blow now that he has 4 victories on the year. Hello everybody and welcome to NASCAR Victory Lane, fueled by Sunoco. I'm John Roberts. He is Mr. Excitement. Jimmy Spencer, he is excited, and race car driver Kenny Wallace is as well. The dominant car today, guys, won the race.
But the big story right now, me and Spence turn around, okay? Denny Hamlin in his Victory Lane celebration slams the left front nose against the wall. Spence, unbelievable. Now they got a winning car destroyed.
I know, and it's shocking to me. We see these spins and these burnouts and stuff, but look at the damage, fans, to this car. Now, you have to, that's all right, this car is undefeated, but the guy goes and tears the front up. But you know what, Johnny, you bring a great point up. 4 wins. This is the first time Gibbs is going to have 3 cars finishing in the top 5. What a controversial finish there with the 29 and the 20. We'll talk about it later, but my God, it's Pocono, baby.
Anything can and will happen on this triangular racetrack. We've seen some strange things in the past, but the dominance of Denny Hamlin, if you consider only 9 starts, he's won 4 times.
Well, Denny Hamlin's got this track figured out, Spence.
4 wins and 9 starts, Johnny. That's phenomenal.
It's almost batting 500.
Great work by the camera crew. You saw Harvick fighting his car. You saw Earnhardt fighting his car. Denny was on a Sunday cruise. The car was absolutely phenomenal. And you saw how long it took him to pass the cars. Patience. The guy used patience because he knew he had a good car. That's why he's in victory lane. He says, no, I'm not going to push the issue. As his teammate Logano did, as some other guys did. Denny is posed to win this championship. He's putting himself in a position.
Now, he restarted 16th on the second to last restart. Actually, what became the third to last restart of the race. Had to battle his way back after taking fuel only, Kenny.
And we'll have so much more here on Victory Lane, but it came down to, is it going to be a fuel mileage race? Yes, it's going to be a fuel mileage race. Tony Stewart turning his motor on and off, getting ready to go green flag, then numerous caution flags. It ends up being a speed race. Hold on, we have incredible highlights. Wait till you see what Casey Kane done. Hold on, don't turn it. Don't turn the channel.
And we have those highlights for you right now. We're going to take a quick look at what happened towards the latter part of the race, but of course we'll have full highlights for you a little bit later on in NASCAR Victory Lane. But as we take a look at Denny Hamlin still celebrating in Victory Lane, take a look at what happened as this race started to wind down. Casey Kane inside into the outside retaining wall, and look at the way he came back across the racetrack and collected all those other cars.
This was coming to the checkered flag, race fans. The 9 car. Casey Kane said, A.J. Allmendinger, you will not block me.
Yes, he did. You're right, Kenny. Watch this, Kenny. Look at this move. A.J., what the hell are you thinking? This is your teammate. You're racing for about 10th, 12th place. Kenny, this is absolutely dumb on A.J.'s part.
But I also say this, race fans, Casey Kane was blinded. He did not know that he was going into the grass. Casey Kane drove the car into the grass. You have a choice. Okay, I understand A.J. Allmendinger should have not blocked him.
Hey, I'm a big fan of his, but you're right, Kenny. He shouldn't have blocked him.
Dale Earnhardt always says, don't block me.
Yeah.
Okay, but Casey had to know. Casey Kane drove the car right in the grass, race fans. Unbelievable wreck.
But you know, the thing is, guys, and we'll show you more of it, but he caught Gordon and the 6 car and the
16,
you know, the 39,
car,
the 47.
Marcus Ambrose, the list goes on and on.
But you know, Denny, think about this. Busch also second, the Gibbs cars. These, you know, ever since this spoiler has come into effect, here's Denny. Just, I don't blame you, Denny. And ever since this spoiler has come into effect, they've taken the wing away. There's something, Johnny's happened to these Toyotas.
And when you talk about the Toyotas of Joe Gibbs Racing, they were headed towards a franchise first, and that's having all 3 cars finish in the top 5. Joey Logano was running for the in the 5th spot, trying to go for the 4th spot, and then all heck broke loose out on the racetrack. He had Kevin Harvick at his side, and afterwards he was very upset at what had transpired here. He felt he was wronged by Kevin Harvick.
Race fans, they put this asphalt patch about you know, in the high lane there. So they were both fighting to get to that patch, which has more grip. But very sad. Okay, here we go, Spence.
Two wrongs don't make a right, Kenny. And this here is definitely Harvick bumping the 20. But I have to go back, you know, 10, 15 seconds when Harvick gave the guy all the room in the world. Harvick was faster at the time, and, you know, Harvick tries to get by him clean, and then, wow. But this is interesting because there's Joey Logano's dad. He's telling him, he's antagonizing him. Go over there. That is a fine in my eyes. Mr. Logano, you did that wrong. You should have never enticed your child to go over there, because that could have been a very big incident, and I blame Mr. Logano for that.
Well, you know, I don't believe in a father following a child in his footsteps at the start of his career. That's a big turnoff in the garage area. We have it on tape. That's pretty sad to see that. Spence pointed that out. Mr. Logano said, Joey, go get him. We've seen that.
It's not right. You talk about it at another time. You go into the NASCAR hauler, you talk to Mr. Helton and say, we need to get this rectified. Don't do it like that, because that definitely could have been a really bad situation. Thank goodness the children's team withheld and didn't get in a fight.
Could have been a lot worse, I guess. Let's take our first break here on NASCAR Victory Lane, fueled by Sunoco. When we come back to Pocono, we'll take you through the entire race, which started 2 hours late and lasted a little bit longer. And it was Denny Hamlin celebrating in Victory Lane afterwards.
NASCAR Victory Lane is fueled by Sunoco, the official fuel of NASCAR. Put the fuel of NASCAR in your car. And brought to you in part by Tornadoes. Bold is how we roll.
Welcome back, everyone. 9 starts at Pocono for Denny Hamlin. 4 victories, including a sweep of everything in his freshman season in NASCAR's Top Series. He won both poles and both races, and now he finds himself back in Victory Lane once again. Had a strange weather pattern come through here earlier today. The projected start time for the race was just a little bit past 1 o'clock. We ended up starting a little bit past 3 o'clock, but nonetheless, when the skies went away, it was ugly at first.
Yeah, but it actually was only 1 o'clock in Texas.
I'll tell you one thing.
Look at that rain, guys. My God, I was shocked at that, really.
I thought there was a tornado coming. That's the TNT TV set right there, and they're like, we've got to escape. But there were severe tornado warnings, and we just escaped it.
Luckily for everybody that the rain stopped quickly, had a hole to patch, but you know what? After this year, NASCAR has some good experience at getting these holes filled, and they also know how to do it in Pennsylvania.
And give them credit, you know, guys. I mean, what are they doing? Well, you know what? It's a safety issue, and I have to tip NASCAR's hat on this. But now, here comes the green flag, Johnny.
Hour and a half later, it was Kyle Busch who led us to the green flag for the first time on this racetrack. And look at the way the cars fan out. A lot of real estate.
I mean, poor Martin Truex about wrecked trying to pass somebody. But this is vintage Pocono. Everybody's in my way.
Look at the 88 immediately slip up the racetrack. But, you know, a lot of give and take there early. No one got in trouble right there that quick.
And one of the key aspects of this racetrack, we'll see it all day long, is you can go 3, 4 wide all over the place, very fast in the straightaways, very tight in the corners, but a lot of real estate to race on.
Well, here goes the pass. Denny Hamlin starting to establish himself as, you know what, partner? Actually, Kyle put his setup in the car, but Denny just, like you said earlier, Johnny, just very, very strong at this racetrack.
There are some racetracks that drivers take a liking to. Denny Hamlin loves this race. He understands it as good as anybody right now. He knows what he needs in his car.
Jimmy Johnson qualified back in the 25th spot, but man, did he charge through the field.
He really did, Johnny. And you know, here he is passing Juan Pablo. You know, Jimmy's car, you know, let's face it, not qualifying well, put him in a bad position, but he started there and he just was methodically just kept moving himself up. And here's these guys started establishing themselves, Kenny.
And this is a fight for the lead. Race fans, Clint Boyer was the class of the field. He lapped all the way up to, listen to this, 21st spot. How many times have you ever heard anybody doing that at Pocono?
And you know what was interesting, Fitz? Kyle Petty said it best. That is like lapping up to the top 5 at Martinsville.
And it's very rare you see this year, but that is the 33 of Clint Boyer putting down the 00 of David Rudiman by 1 lap. Now let's take a look at some other action, this time inside the pits, and this stop didn't go so well.
And you know, the thing about this, Dean, is that this is what I was telling you earlier on our Home Depot show. Mistakes. crew makes a mistake. You see the guy in the right rear. He drops a lug nut. In turn, he has to come around. Watch the frustration. Look at the frustration in the pit crew. And in turn, he loses about 2 seconds here, but he loses about 8 seconds on the racetrack.
Yeah, 2 seconds on the pit road equals a lot on the racetrack.
And in a driver's mind, you've lost 10 spots. And you're like, I come in running, 8th, and now I'm 18th. What's going on here?
Very demoralizing. Let's take a look at the number 88 started P3.
And this guy, Fitz, he's not driving hard. Look at this. This guy's running 13th. Dale Jr., don't say he's not trying. This guy is giving it his all, and he's telling the guys what his car's doing. He has hustled that car for 500 miles today, and that's just part of it. I'm telling you, the guy never gave up. So I'm tipping my hat to Earnhardt Jr. He was 13th, but he kept hustling it.
2 laps from halfway, we had a caution come out. A little trouble in the pits this time for the 33.
And I'm going to tell you what, after this pit stop, it was like Clint Bowyer, he had a flat tire almost. He did not have a flat tire, but he ran around 10th to 12th the rest of the race. So whatever adjustments made there were not good.
How important is qualifying? Well, Kyle Busch had the pole, thus the first pit stall, and he made it out off pit road first this time.
And he also, you see the 33. That little mistake by the pit crew slipping on the left rear cost him 2 positions. And like you said, Ken, he was never the same after that.
Yeah, I mean, Clint Bowyer, he lapped up to the 21st place car. I said in my mind, Clint Bowyer's going to have an easy top 5. But you'll see in the second half highlights later in the show here on Victory Lane, Clint Bowyer fades.
Also, what was interesting, Phoenix, to me in the first 100 laps of this race, a lot of mistakes. 42 speeding, lug nuts left loose on the 12 car, the lug nut on the 48 car. Just a lot of mistakes, which in turn at Pocono cost you a lot of time.
And we've seen it before over the history of this sport. He who makes the fewest mistakes tends to win the championship. We still have 100 more wild laps to go here, 250 miles at the Pocono Raceway. When we come back, we'll take you to the end of the race. Welcome back, everybody, to Pocono's Victory Lane. You see Denny Hamlin holding up 4. That's the number of victories he has at this racetrack, but also the number of victories he has so far this year, and that leads all drivers. To show you how we got to that point, let's take you back to the midway point of the race with 250 miles, 100 laps to go, and here we see the same old suspects up here dominating this race.
Oh, my Lord, this was the most exciting point of the race. Kevin Harvick takes him 4 wide, quickly establishes himself, and this is where Clint Bowyer starts fading in the race.
Odd to see that happen.
It really was, and I'm like you, Kenny. I don't know what happened, because now you're noticing a lot of momentum, and you start to get too wide here. You look at this power move by the 11. That's for the lead, but it's all momentum. And when you can carry the momentum, watch 11 get off this corner, and he just pulls away from him. This is what's incredible about Pocono. You've got to get off the corner.
Richard Childress racing cars were doing great at this point. You see Jeff Burton up there in the 33 until, well, he scrubs the wall, Kenny.
Well, this is trying hard. I mean, Clint Bowyer's saying, how did I go from leading and lapping up to 21 cars, and now all of a sudden I'm running 8? So he's driving hard, and here we go now. Look at this. This is unbelievable. Watch.
How close that is.
Woo!
That looks like on the New York Thruway.
Doggy G.
I think he took a coat of paint off that car when he went by.
This is as close as you'll get, but Clint notices at the end, and he slows down. You see his tires quit spinning, so good work by both guys.
Now, the number 48 car of Jimmy Johnson keeps battling back, and remember, he started 25th. Here he is battling for 2nd place.
What I like about Jimmy Johnson in this race is what he said earlier in the week. He says, look, I've been over driving. I've got to drive what my car has. He drives the car and finishes 5th today. Good run for the 4-time champ.
Now, Jamie McMurray had a good run going at this point. He was up all the way to 14th, and then the 6 car gets into Jamie and in a shot at a top 10 finish.
Well, to me, Kenny, this is absolute stupidity on David Reagan's part, because, I mean, there's a lot of laps to go, but he just goes in the corner and has brain fade and takes Jamie McMurray out of a great run. And to me, the thing that bothers me about a move like that is that is unnecessary. The 6 car was not a factor all day long, and he shouldn't have cost the 1 car this.
What bothers me is that we're race car drivers. The 1 car has had momentum.
Yeah.
David Reagan just slapped him and took him out of this top 12 in the chase.
They say this is a team sport, and they also say that Joe Gibbs was quoted earlier today as saying that the team rallied around Denny when he decided to stay in the car because of the knee injury. You go in the pits there, you see the great work, and also all these fuel-only stops, the second to last pit stop.
And what's interesting about the 11 car, you're seeing all this excitement here, the 18 beating the 20 and his teammate off the pit road. But you know, Johnny, you're right, this 11 car, this guy's got a knee injury, and you know what? He's done really well since this knee injury, so maybe this has been good for him.
Kenny Wallace said he wanted to go have knee surgery.
Yes, I
See if that could pick up his driving.
Years ago, Rennie Irvin had to wear glasses, and he won. I said, get me some glasses.
And look at this. This is a power move. These are teammates, Kurt and 77 Sam Hornish. Now, they got their position on fuel, on pitting earlier in the race for fuel, but Sam Hornish establishes himself here. He's running strong. He's been in the top 15 all day, and here he starts to say, you know what, I have a shot of winning this race in the old Mobile 77.
You know, we're starting to see that lower groove come back now. Here comes the 11 for the lead. Denny Hamlin down Long Pond straightaway.
After that pit stop, Denny Hamlin was in 16th place. He had to come from 16th to the front, but he got it done.
And did you notice, fans, how he's lifted early going into turn 3 and got to the throttle quick, and he makes the power move there and passes the 2 cars.
All kinds of shuffling going back on there. We'll talk about this again as you see the number 20 of Joey Logano back there going up to the 5th position. This is a battle for second, and Denny gets it away from Tony Stewart.
And Smoke now stretching gas mileage no end, and so is the 77 at this point. Not a lot of laps left, but this is what impressed me about Denny. He knew he had a great car, and the patience he showed, Kenny, to pass these 2 cars, impressive.
And here we go to the lead now. The 77 of Sam Horner starts getting loose. Denny takes advantage of it with a great handling car, good driver, and there he is, takes the lead for the final time.
Sam Hornish had his career best finish on this racetrack, was looking to tie it. It didn't happen in the end, but here's the incident we saw that caused all the tempers on pit road afterwards. The 29 of Kevin Harvick and the 20 of Joey Logano.
And that's not being fair to the 29. But let me say this, fans, I think the 29 could have used a little bit better judgment there. But then I'm going to go back a little bit further. I think that the 20 car could have used better judgment too. Remember who you're racing. Kenny, you and I were talking about it. It's not Mark Martin. It's not Bill Elliott. It's a different type of caliber driver you're racing right there.
Yep, and here we go. I mean, you know, that's a look, if Mark Martin's on my inside, I'm going to race. If I got Jimmy Spencer on my inside, I'm not going to race you because I know you're going to rough me up. I know who I'm racing.
Good point.
I mean, right?
It's a very good point, Ken.
Here's our first attempt at a green-white checker finish. This is the 6th time this season that we have gone into NASCAR's version of the overtime. Denny Hamlin looks like he has it all wrapped up. Very key to see here that he does take the white flag. This race is over when he takes the white flag, but it certainly wasn't over for some of the other cars in the back of the field, as we will see momentarily. We had the big one happen at Pocono, and it starts at the bottom right-hand part of your screen.
And the 9 car got pushed down to the inside by the 43.
Teammates
actually got in the grass, trying to save it. He come across, collects Biffle, Mark Martin, 47, Ambrose, 39. I mean, so many cars. And there's Denny. You know, the race is over now. He's won the race. But he was going to win it anyway, Ken.
Watch this. Well, we missed right there, but the 30.
They're going to show him bending the front end. The car is perfect right there, Kenny.
I got to see this. But the 39 of Ryan Newman drug his car. He smashed it into the wall and brought it around to the finish. Ryan Newman, incredible job to finish.
They didn't show us Denny making a mistake. But we'll get him on victory lane.
We'll get
Here we go. There we go.
There it is. The race car. No one's safe around
Somebody
here.
must have done that, not Denny. And there's no way not the winner could do that.
Hey, but as we sit right now, if Denny Hamlin is fortunate enough to make it into the chase, and it looks like for all intents and purposes going to make it in there, he has 40 bonus points as of right now, and we still have a lot of racing to go before the chase. So that is big when it comes to championship potential.
I also feel that if you look over the last 8 or 10 races, you know what I'm seeing more than anything is Denny Hamlin is establishing himself. Martinsville, you know, Richmond, then Charlotte. He had a good car show. He made a little mistake there running through the grass, and then we come to Pocono. So, Kenny, I think, you know, when you look at this situation, this team is very much so the serious contender for this championship.
And the team that is really surprising me this year strong is RCR, Richard Childress Racing. I mean, when Jeff Burton's on, he's on. He can win. But how about this Kevin Harvick? I mean, he's for real. Clint Boyer today dominated. So it's a different ball game when we get inside those 10 races for the championship. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
And one guy you definitely got to keep your eye on. Has been in the championship chase every year he's competed in Sprint Cup competition. He joins us next. Denny Hamlin coming up on Victory Lane.
wacko.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Big Triangle at Pocono and NASCAR Victory Lane, fueled by Sunoco. You know, they say there are different courses for different horses, but no horse runs Pocono like the 11 car. Denny Hamlin, in his career, has dominated this racetrack. 9 starts, 4 victories. And Denny, we got to ask you again. I know you don't probably have the exact answer to this question, but what the heck is it about this racetrack that just works so good with you?
You know, I really don't know. Every time, honestly, every time I run here, I run a different line. I found something there towards the middle of the race where it was cutting down in turn 3 and making up ground, and just I was all over the racetrack, to be honest with you. But you know, I think I'm just blessed with good enough cars to where I don't have to push it and still have speed. Well, that pays dividends in the long run, and that's why you see us so good towards the end of the races.
And now you bring that great point at the end of the race. The first part of the race, first 100 laps, you were second, third, and you never really could close the deal. Give you a lot of credit, man. You just sat there and waited. What were you doing to make the car that much better the last 100?
I was just waiting.
Hey, good job.
I was just waiting. I mean, it's just, you know, I wrote down on my dash. I have it. It's probably 10 inches long on my dash. It says conserve. And that's all I did is I kept looking at that all day, and I just saved. I had no pressure really from behind. I had about an 8-second lead over fourth, and I was, you know, just waiting until it was time to race.
Good job.
Danny, we're talking about being halfway to the chase for the championship. Now, you have gone on record saying you have a chance to win the championship this year, and I believe that. What are we going to do? We're just going to keep on winning races? We're going to conserve, go for the win at the end? You're going to do just what you did today?
I'd like to win as much as possible. I mean, you know, you like to go in the chase with the #1 seed. Obviously, that means you don't start behind anyone. You're not in the hole with any points. So that's our goal, is to try to get as many wins as possible. But, you know, at the same instance, we're still trying to set up ourselves to make a strong chase run, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah. Will you do any testing at any tracks that you think you're going to come back to, like the 48 has done in the past?
We did at Dover. We finished 4th at Dover, and that was a complete test session for us. And that was a great run for us at Dover. That's our worst racetrack, and we're still working with a lot different setups at every time we go on the racetracks. And the good thing is the cars have speed, and you know, and that's all we can ask for.
You know, I don't like to bring up old news, but last year at California, I saw you make a mistake, and I watched your interview on the camera. And I said, that's a career changer for Denny Hamlin.
I believe so. I knew right there when they asked me what happened. I said, I flat out made a stupid rookie mistake. You know, not thinking about points racing, and that's what you got to do the last 10 races. And it just seems like ever since, you know, that point, and I believe this race was a turning point here last year, the last one here. Ever since then, it just seems like we've learned how to finish races. You know, we've learned how to close the deal.
You're awfully young.
You know,
I look younger than I really am. I'm almost 30.
You know what's really interesting? It's an all different racetracks. You know, Richmond, Martinsville, and you know, have success in the road courses and the super speedways, and you know, here now Pocono. Well, Pocono, my God.
Yeah, it's more than just success. You know, Denny, your owner Joe Gibbs said this morning. He said that he really felt like when you decided to tough out the knee injury and drive with pain, that your crew rallied around you. They said if he's going to give his all like that, we're going to give our all to him. Do you feel that way?
I definitely do, and you know, a prime example is our jackman Nate. His father is going through some tough times right now and in the hospital, and he rushed home to get home as soon as he could right now. But he showed up, and you know, he didn't have to do that. And you know, I think you know, me showing that I'm all in with the team, it really goes a long ways. And today, we didn't have one bad pit stop. They were just on it all day, and that's all that matters.
You've had success with the wing, and now you've had success with the spoiler. Tell me, is there a big difference between them?
I don't think that there's any difference at all. I mean, we're running very similar setups to what we had before. I mean, we've changed a few little things, but I really can't tell a difference, to be honest with you.
Okay, this is the point of the show. We have fun. You win the race. What happened in our Victory Lane celebration with our race car?
Did somebody back into the car when you were coming in Victory Lane?
That's what it was. No, the wall. The wall back.
I knew something happened. I said, Denny wouldn't do that.
I was trying to burn out from one end of the stands to the other, and I got almost to the end, and I said, oh, backsteer.
Oops. It's the Indians up here in Pocono. This is built on Indian ground.
And this car now is 3 for 3 also. It's won at Martinsville, Darlington, now Pocono, and the bad part about
They'll
this
fix it.
is I'm going to own that car one day, because I told the boss, I says I want my Southern 500 car in case I have a museum one day.
Hey, you said something really interesting. You won Martinsville with that. That's kudos to NASCAR, because we never brought a Martinsville car to Pocono.
We run our cars everywhere. I mean, literally, other than Super Speedway, we'll run our cars from a half mile to obviously 2.5 mile.
Well, Denny, we have a tradition here that I'm sure you are getting used to. For the 4th time, we want you to sign the Sunoco checkered flag that we're going to give away to a lucky fan. Congratulations, Denny. Great job once again on mastering this very difficult triangle. Denny Hamlin wins once again, and each week here on NASCAR Victory Lane, fueled by Sunoco, one lucky fan will receive a Sunoco checkered flag autographed by the winner of the race. Enter online at speedtv.com, keyword Sunoco, to win the flag that Denny Hamlin is signing right now. And that's the good part of the burnout. Well,
That wall, they moved it on him.
hey, they'll fix it. All right, congratulations to Denny Hamlin and the 11 team. Welcome back, everyone, of Bird's Eye View here of the Pocono Triangle. This is NASCAR Victory Lane, fueled by Sunoco, and you simply don't win a 500-plus mile race at a track like this without having a good pit crew behind you. We are now joined in the Victory Lane by crew chief Mike Ford. And Mike, you know, when you look at Denny, what he did this year, Coach Gibbs said earlier today that the team really rallied around Denny when he decided to stick it out and tough out the knee injury. What did that mean for your team, that he said he's all in on this thing?
You know, that was a difficult time, you know, because we felt like we had a little momentum. We just came off the win at Martinsville, knowing, you know, we knew before the season started it wasn't going to make it. So, you know, we knew it was going to happen at some time. You know, so we get a little bit of momentum, then we step back for a week, and knowing that it's going to take a couple of weeks. I think the biggest part to sticking it out at Phoenix was the win at Texas the following week. I think that really put a period on the end of the sentence, and for us, we know that the pain he was in to be able to accomplish that, we know, you know, without a doubt he's given everything he has, and I think that elevated everyone else on the team to up their game also. So you take a negative and make a positive out of it, and I think we've done a pretty good job of that so far.
Mike, you've won 4 races here. You know, you even won with the old car, now you've won with the new car. Do you continue to evolve your chassis setup, or have you found something that you work around?
You know, it's the same racetrack. Very difficult. You know, people often say there's a compromise here. You got to give up one corner to be good in another. The guy that wins the race doesn't compromise. I mean, you hit all 3 corners pretty well. So, you know, it's the racetrack that you're working with. I can tell you, the 4 races we've won, we've had completely different setups every time.
That's what I wanted to know. That's awesome. That's awesome. You guys are getting what you need.
Mike, you know what's interesting to me is, and I mentioned this to Denny last year at California. We all know what happened. And then he comes back the last 4 or 5 races and outscores everybody for points. The thing is was that the career changer for the guy? I mean, in my opinion, I think the guy said, you know what? And he said it. He made the mistake. And now all at once, this guy is driving like a true championship driver.
You know, I think in my eye, I back up to the fall race here at Pocono. I think that was the game changer in my eye, my viewing of Denny. You know, he upped his game. You know, it was a win or go home, you know, kind of day for him personally. And I think he learned how to elevate his game. And he thought he was giving 100%, but he even said after the race, you know, he elevated it and he got more out of the car, and he learned some things that day that helped him from that point on. You know, it's been on point. You know, and he goes to Fontana and makes a mistake, but we all make mistakes. Everybody out here makes mistakes at some point or another, but you know, he took that very personal. And you know, one thing with Denny is he'll take something that he makes a mistake with and learn from it, and usually that doesn't come back. If it does, it's a lot less.
And Mike, the people that are watching, you know, they see you celebrating Victory Lane, they think that might be it, that you guys go off and mess around for a couple days, but your crew goes right back to work the next morning, setting up for the next race. How far does a win go to make that process easier?
You know, it lifts the burden. It'll last for a couple of weeks. You know, obviously you go to Michigan next week, and you know, we've got our eyes set on trying to race hard and win another race there. But when you know you can compete and win that carries for a few weeks. You know, it carries the momentum, and even if you go to Michigan next week and, you know, and finish 6th or 7th, then you still have a little bit of that taste. So it carries for a few weeks.
Me and Jimmy Spencer want to have fun now. How long is it going to take to fix that car that he just wrecked?
I told him it was the Indians. They pushed that wall up.
Yeah, I don't know. I never saw what happened, but I did see that.
Hey, watch
Here it is, Mike.
Okay, let me get a
Watch him
look.
move the wall now.
Look at that wall come right out.
You know, he's used to turning left all day, so what does he do? He turns left.
He can't see where he's going.
Yeah, he told me he lost track where he's at on the racetrack, but
That's John Force.
The inside might have been smoked up, but I don't think it was because of spinning around, but he definitely damaged it.
Hey, that's a pretty big deal right there, right? I mean, it's going to take a lot to fix that.
Yeah, that's by the looks of it, you pretty much cut it off at the windshield forward and start over. But you know, that car's raced 3 times. We've won 3 races with it, so it's about time we work on it.
Seems like an Indy car.
Yeah, but Mike, you give him a free pass on that one, don't you?
Yeah.
He won the race. He gets a free pass.
Mike,
congratulations. Great team win today. Dominant performance. We'll see you in Michigan.
Good luck in the chase.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that is Crew Chief Mike Ford, and we want to remind you there's a lot of racing going on in Michigan, especially the Truck Series kick the action off. Saturday, the world's toughest trucks head to Michigan, where bragging rights are on the line because whether you're a Chevy, Ford, or Toyota, only one can claim victory. Don't miss the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series live from Michigan, only on Speed. A beautiful sunset here over the Pocono Raceway. Welcome back, everyone, to NASCAR Victory Lane, fueled by Sunoco. Definitely the water cooler talk this week will be about the post-race confrontation between Kevin Harvick and Joey Logano. Let's hear from the two combatants, starting out with Bob Dillner and Kevin Harvick.
Kevin Harvick said yesterday he knew he was going to have a very strong car. You wind up with a top 5 finish, but obviously, Kevin, everybody talking about the incident with the 20 car. What happened there?
Yeah, it's just racing. I mean, I got in there and thought I held a straight line, and you know, he wound up coming down. So hate that it happened, and you know, we'll just go on and keep at it.
Obviously, he was pretty upset afterwards. Were you able to talk to him at all?
You can't talk to him. He's 20.
It's disappointing, to be honest with you. It's you know, we had a top 5 run going with the Home Depot Toyota, and that's for us here. That was going to be awesome, and I was pretty pumped up about it. And racing 29, and he let me go in the middle of the straightaway, and decided to dump me in the next turn. I don't know what his deal is with me, but it's probably not his fault. You know, it was his wife wears a fire suit in the family, tells him what to do, so it's probably not his fault.
What's it going to take to cool this feud down between the two of you?
I don't know. I'm going to go to NASCAR Hauler, and I guess they're going to tell me what I'm supposed to do, so we'll just have to see.
Okay, so the guys are still upset after that incident, but you know what does go on there? Certainly a trip to the NASCAR hauler is going to tell you, you know, calm down, guys.
Oh, I know he's young, but damn it, dude, you don't ever go after a person's wife. You never go after family members. I mean, you got a lot to learn, bud. You know, Harvick had a point. He didn't move down. He kept his car straight. You come down a little bit. I think Harvick could have used better judgments, Joey, but you see yourself coming down here. But the thing is this dates back. It also goes back further. And let me tell you something, bud. 2 wrongs don't make a right. You've cost yourself a great finish there, Kenny. And what you said afterwards, whoa, not good.
Do you know what this is, fans? This is what NASCAR said. Take your gloves off at the start of the year. It's on. It's happening every week, and I love it right now.
Do you think Delana could beat him up? I think she could.
Oh, my God. I'm not even touching that one.
I don't think you guys are helping matters out.
This is what bothers me. Look at his dad come in here, Tom Logano. Pushes the crew member out of the way. Grabs his son, says, you go after him. Let me tell you something, fans. No. Mr. Logano, that's the problem with this whole deal. I believe that Joey should have just, you know what, listen to his crew member and be smarter and walk away. That's crew members there, guys. They're protecting their driver. Joey Logano was wrong, and it was wrong because his father pushed the issue here. I think Tom Logano, if I was in charge of NASCAR, my opinion, I'd probably set him down for a week or 2 to teach him a lesson. Do not antagonize drivers in that situation. He did it wrong. The kid could have got hurt. Could have been a black eye for NASCAR.
And we have seen pit road confrontations for as long as there's been NASCAR around here. That's nothing really new.
Think about Burton last week, Kenny, and Kyle. You know, good confrontation, no problems, really. Just a lot of pointing and shoving. But when you get pushed and you get told what to do, I think it's wrong. Over the edge.
I think you said it perfectly, Spence. You know, the Loganos are
there it is last week.
The Loganos are neighbors of mine. So
you got to be careful.
I got to be careful what I say. But I like this right here, and I tell you what I like about this is they're just talking. I don't know. It's
Kenny, you know, I know what you're saying, and you know.
Okay, if you live next to Mr. Logano and you were in my position,
you got to be careful.
I got to be careful. You don't live next to him.
And you race with these guys, and I don't. But you know, the thing is I know Joey was very hot, and he had every right to be. But yet, again, 2 wrongs don't make a right. So don't cost yourself a position. Denny Hamlin, you know, made a mistake in California. You know, he lost his grandma at Pocono. He comes back and wins. Learn from your teammate. Learn from what Kyle Busch done in the past. Look at what Kyle's doing now. Take this, and you're a hell of a little race car driver. But buddy, don't be picking on drivers' wives. Don't be going down that road. Don't listen to your father there, because you're going to get really, really hot water. And most of all, the fans are going to hate you. When the fans hate you, buddy, you're in deep trouble.
Well, we all have a week to cool down now as we get ready to head to Michigan. Another long, most likely hot race. So I want to see what happens when we get to there. Now, tomorrow night, it all comes to this as the greatest performers go head-to-head in the Fast Track to Fame Battle of Champions. See who walks away as NASCAR's next great superstar. Don't miss the Fast Track to Fame Battle of Champions tomorrow night at 9 Eastern. Race fans, be sure to check out the Prelude to the Dream Countdown show. This is a race that Kenna Wallace has won before. It's Wednesday, June 9th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Speed. Another guy that should be driving in that race is Kasey Kahne, but things didn't go as well as Kasey Kahne wanted to today at Pocono as he was caught up in a late race wreck. Let's hear what Kasey had to say after the incident.
I had 2 tires, I had a lot of speed, and I caught the 77 and 43. They're side by side, so I caught them super quick. And I darted left to pass him, and AJ blocked me. And like when he went left at the same time, it just shot my car out there. Like I had no control. I'm out in the grass, and then it's a huge wreck. So it's disappointing. We had a great Budweiser Ford, and he stuck us in the grass. So it's a bad deal.
All 3 of the RPM cars were involved in that, as you see Elliott Sadler pulling up through the grass behind them. So that was a tough break for that team. But you know what? When you go back and look at it, there's all kinds of opinions you can take on this one.
Look, it's easy to be a critic. I'm not going to be a critic. I'm just going to say, look, as a race car driver, Kasey's sitting low in that car. You know, he's trying to pass AJ. You know, you can't see the grass coming up. Now, watch here. Okay, he doesn't know he's going to the grass. He's not going to drive the car in the grass on purpose. But when you're driving through another guy's rear windshield, you know, we do that in this sport. We follow other people and we look through their rear windshield. You know, Kasey just a victim of not knowing the grass is coming up, and feel bad for the whole field right there.
Yeah, I do too, Kenny. I'm very upset with what happened there. And the reason why I'm so upset is because I look at Mark Martin and Greg Biffle, 2 tore-up race cars, Jeff Gordon, all those guys because of somebody's greed for one position. You know, AJ, common sense would tell you that you're not racing to win, and the thing is that that's your teammate also, so you would have lost a position or 2. But you cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. You've got everybody mad at you. Use better judgment next time.
I will say this, you know, AJ is a good driver, but he's a IRL kart type driver. You know, open wheels, and in an open wheel driving, you block, and the guy doesn't run into you because see to tear your front wing off. And that's something that you shouldn't do in this sport because it just doesn't fly.
Well, you know, Tony Stewart had a shot at winning this race. He used a different kind of pit strategy than some of the other teams did out on the racetrack. Let's hear what Tony had to say to Bob Dillner after the race.
Strategy is a big part of racing today. It played off for Tony Stewart. A good run for you. Wind up with the top 5 finish. How pleased are you with that?
Well, I mean, we'll take it. I wasn't tickled about how we got there, but I mean, I'm appreciative that we got there and proud of our guys and proud of Darian for making the call that got us there. So, you know, there's as many days like this that I've should have been up there and something happened that took us out of it. So it's hard to feel too bad about taking it.
Let's talk about something exciting then. Wednesday, Prelude to the Dream. How excited are you for that, and what do you think fans are going to see?
Well, I mean, the cool thing is with the team aspect this year, it's added an element that we haven't had. So, you know, if a guy's running 5th or 6th, you know, typically they haven't felt like they were racing for anything. But, you know, this year with the team aspect, I mean, everybody points from their position dictates how much of the proceeds goes to each of these charities. So, you know, everybody in the field plays a critical role in the 4 charities and how the funds are distributed. But it's going to be fun. I mean, I'm going straight tonight, so I'm going there to work and get ready for hopefully a good day on Wednesday.
Good luck, man.
Everybody, thanks.
Tony Stewart, remember, you can see at 6 p.m. on Wednesday a little preview to the Prelude to the Dream. on speed.
And I love that prelude to the dream, but I want to make a quick comment on the Tony Stewart deal. Mark Martin last week, gas mileage gets him a top 5. Tony Stewart, gas mileage gets him a top 5. The Hendrick camp is not as strong as they need to be. But Kenny, you've won this prelude to the dream, baby. It's Wednesday night. Are you going?
Oh, you know I'll be there too. I won the 2005 Prelude to the Dream. But hey, listen, Tuesday I'll be at Dave Blaney's Sharon, Ohio, in Hartford. Then we drive on down in my hauler and go to the Prelude.
You're tested.
There'll be, well, it's my modified, the Federated Auto Parts modified. But listen, there'll be 23 to 25,000 people at the Prelude to the Dream. There's big talk. People are challenging NASCAR. We should have a cup race on dirt. I don't know if it ever happened, but I want it.
Well, that's fun.
We're all for it. We'd like to see that. Hey, folks, if you want to stay up to date with what's going on in the world of NASCAR, you better tune into the NASCAR Race Hub. Tomorrow night, get your NASCAR fix with the Race Hub. Get the latest NASCAR news and information here straight from the drivers and crew chiefs when they stop by the garage to hang out and talk racing. It's the Race Hub tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern.
NASCAR Victory Lane is fueled by Sunoco, the official fuel of NASCAR. Put the fuel of NASCAR in your car. And brought to you in part by Comfort Inn. After a long day of vacation, relax with Comfort Inn.
More ugly-looking storm clouds here at Pocono, but fortunately that rain isn't falling on the racetrack right now. Let's take a look at the results from this race here. The Gillette Fusion Pro Glide 500. Denny Hamlin wins. Teammate Kyle Busch is second. Stewart third. Jimmy Johnson makes his way from the 25th starting spot for a top 5 finish.
And we see the 77 missing here. He ran out of fuel at the end, but Kurt Busch, Kenny, these cars, the Tony Stewart car, Kurt Busch car, these guys weren't factors all day long. A.J. Allmendinger causes that wreck, and he ends up 10th.
Joey Logano 13th after getting bumped out of that 5th position. And David Ruderman was hoping for a lot better results of this than a 15th.
Well, this is a point in the wreck where NASCAR's placing everybody probably by the last loop. So this is the rundown where they all wrecked.
This is what's really, you look at this, the 5 and the 9 and the 16. These guys had a lot better runs than that. Marcus Ambrose, these guys were all in this wreck, and it wasn't needed to be.
Take a look at 4-time champion Jeff Gordon, the 32nd spot after getting involved in that wreck. Jamie McMurray was running P14 when he wrecked. A bad result for him. Jeff Bodine, Chad McCumbee, and Joe Nemechek round out the 43 finishers at the Gillette Fusion Pro Glide 500. Let's take a look now after 14 of the 36 races. Kevin Harvick is your points leader. Stayed up there with Kyle Busch. Now Kyle Busch is 19 points back.
Yeah, that's interesting. He gained 10 points on him, McKinney. But look at this, Denny Hamlin up to 3rd. But the thing that shocks me, 377 points back to 12th already.
Richard Childress Racing, first all in the top 12. Richard Childress Racing looking good.
So one of your big movers there was the winner. Denny Hamlin moves up 2 points, and the big loser when it comes to points was Jeff Gordon. After that wreck, he moves down 3 spots in the top 12. Congratulations once again to Denny Hamlin and the number 11 team on their dominance at the Pocono Raceway. Let us now take a look in the rearview mirror.
We are at Pocono.
This is one of the toughest tracks we go to.
It's a 2.5-mile road course. No, it's a 2.5-mile oval. Who knows?
They call this a roval. It's a mix between a road course and an oval.
That's an oxymoron.
Yeah. We know this guy's really good on the road course.
Doesn't feel anything like a road course to me.
AP turned 50 years young
50.
this week.
I am 50.
You forget to shave.
Sorry about that. Okay. No, it's all right.
Yeah. We look like we're a little too cozy.
50.
Bringing back Mr. Excitement, filling in for Captain Eddie.
Pocono.
Spencer.
Thank you, guys.
In case you keep a score at home, one for Elliott.
I'm going to file a grievance that these points should be inverted here at Pocono.
It's something that Tony Stewart has not done very much in his career, had to go to a backup car.
No, but when I do it right.
I'm up for racing in these conditions right here. Obviously, we got some weather coming this way.
I don't think the heavy stuff's coming down for quite a while.
Hopefully this will just blow through and we'll get a good race in today.
A lead change.
Bye-bye, Kenny.
Denny Hamlin will win the race today, race fans.
All fun and games till you hit a wall.
Yeah.